So, have you ever seen a stock just go vertical? I'm talking about a jump so big, so fast, it makes you do a double take. Well, that's exactly what just happened with a company called Cypherpunk Holdings, or CYPH. And today, we're going to try and figure out what in the world is going on. Is this a real company making a real move, or is it just a bunch of hype? Let's dive in.
Okay, let's start with the number that got everyone talking. 39%. Now, to wrap your head around that, you need to know that the S&P 500, the big market average, returns about 10% in a good year. So yeah, this company packed almost 4 years of typical market gains into one single session.
And that's the thing. This wasn't a slow build. This was a rocket launch. A 39% explosion in just one day is the kind of move that forces everyone, and I mean everyone, to stop what they're doing, look at their screen, and ask the exact same question.
So what is going on here? What kind of fuel can launch a stock into the stratosphere that fast? That's what this explainer is all about. We're going to play detective, we're going to look at the case for and the case against, and see if we can get to the bottom of Cypherpunk's absolutely wild ride.
All right, our investigation starts with the first major clue. And trust me, it's a plot twist. This surge didn't come out of nowhere. It happened right after the company decided to pull off a complete corporate makeover, basically changing its entire identity overnight.
You know how a caterpillar completely transforms into a butterfly? That's pretty much what happened here. This company used to be a struggling biotech firm called Leap Therapeutics. Then, poof, it shed its old skin, rebranded as Cypherpunk Holdings, got a cool new crypto-sounding ticker, CYPH, and announced a brand new mission to basically just buy up and hold the privacy coin Zcash. It's one of the most drastic business pivots you will ever see.
And the market's reaction? It was instant. This is a perfect example of what traders call a story stock. See, in today's market, a really exciting story could be way more powerful than actual profits. By rebranding, the company plugged right into all the buzz around crypto and privacy. That attracted a flood of retail traders and sent the trading volume through the roof. This move was 100% powered by story, not by substance.
So you've got this insane story, this massive price spike, and you can probably see why some traders are looking at this and thinking, man, this is just getting started. So let's step into their shoes for a minute. Let's look at the bullish case for CYPF.
For the bulls, it's all about momentum. They're betting this retail excitement isn't a one-day thing, and that the crypto story is just too good to fade away. But here's the really explosive part, the potential for something called a short squeeze. Now, in simple terms, that's when people who bet against the stock start losing money so fast that they're forced to buy shares just to get out. All that forced buying acts like rocket fuel, and it can send a stock absolutely parabolic.
So here's how a bull might play it. They're waiting for a green light. That might be the stock smashing through its recent high around $1.45, like a race car breaking its own speed record. Or they might wait for a little dip, maybe down to $1.10, and try to buy it on sale. The goal is to ride that wave up to 160, maybe even $2. But they also have an eject button, a stop loss set below $1, just in case the whole thing flames out.
But of course, not everyone is buying into the hype. For every bull out there cheering this on, there's a bear hiding in the bushes, pretty sure this whole party is about to end badly. So let's flip the coin and hear their side of the story.
The bears are looking at this and saying, hold on, this isn't a rocket ship, it's a hot air balloon. They think it's just filled with hot air from the crypto rebrand and that it's going to come crashing down as soon as the hype wears off. They're pointing out that underneath this shiny new paint job, it's still the same old money-losing biotech company. And they know one thing for sure. Stocks that go up this fast usually come down even faster.
So the bears? They're basically waiting for that hot air balloon to start leaking. They might start betting against the stock if it struggles to get past that 140 resistance level. If it does fall, they're hoping to ride it all the way back down below $1. But they've got a safety plan too. If that balloon suddenly catches a huge gust of wind and flies past the $1.45, their stop loss acts like a parachute, getting them out before things get too crazy.
Okay, so we've heard from the bulls and we've heard from the bears. Now let's look at the battlefield. This whole fight is going to be won or lost at a few very specific price levels on the chart. These are the numbers everyone is watching.
First up, we have the ceiling, $1.45 to $1.50. That's the high point the stock hit during its big surge. Think of it as a wall. If the bulls can find the strength to smash through it, that's a huge win and could kick off the next big move up.
Next up is $1.30. You can think of this as the tightrope. It's right where the stock is balancing at the moment, and it could easily tip one way or the other. This is the current center of the battle. Now, below that, we have the safety net, right around $1.10.
This is the level where the bulls hope the stock will find support if it starts to fall. If it bounces here, it shows there are still buyers. But if it slices right through this net, well, it could be a long way down.
And finally, we have the big one, the $1 mark. For some reason, people have a huge psychological block around round numbers. If this stock breaks below $1, it's a massive blow to confidence. It could trigger a whole new wave of selling from people who've lost faith in the story. So, when you put it all together, what do you get? Well, the drama playing out with CYPH is a classic Wall Street showdown. It's a battle between two powerful opposing forces, a really, really good story, and some pretty ugly numbers.
Honestly, it's a classic case of your heart versus your head, right? Your heart gets all excited about the cool new crypto story. It's new, it's futuristic, it's got all this energy behind it. But then your head looks at the financial statements, the poor fundamentals, the history of losing money, and it just goes, whoa, wait a second, this doesn't really add up.
And that really brings us to the biggest question of all. In a market like this, what wins? Does the powerful, exciting news story beat out the cold, hard financial facts? Is Cypherpunk Holdings actually a genius company that saw the future? Or is it just another hype-fueled bubble waiting to pop? The market will give us the answer soon enough. But until then, it is one heck of a story to watch.